How you doing? I know that this subject has probably been talked about at length on the internet by multiple companies a million times, and multiple people, I should say, a million times. But I have both Netflix streaming plan and Blockbuster's DVD plan. So the Blockbuster DVD plan is $14.99 plus tax, so it's like $16 and something. I don't feel like doing the math. But Blockbuster doesn't tell you what it is on their website either. At least I couldn't find it on there. And the Netflix plan, the streaming only, is $7.99. And at one point, I think I had both streaming and 2 DVDs out at once, or if not 3 DVDs out at once, I think it was. And it only cost something like $15, and it was like the best deal ever. And then Netflix, obviously, they did their price increase, and they just handled it horribly, where they just increased the price astronomically all of a sudden and sent out some ridiculous form letter, to the point where I got so mad that I went ahead and just canceled. I was going to cancel the whole thing, but I decided to keep the streaming and just cancel the DVDs and just go without the DVDs, because the streaming at that time, I hadn't seen a lot of the stuff, so the streaming was still pretty good. At some point, I picked up Blockbuster. I thought about getting the DVDs again, and I wanted to add Blu-ray discs because I have a Blu-ray player, and it was an extra charge with Netflix, so I went ahead and went with Blockbuster because you can do the in-store exchanges. Now, here's the problem with Blockbuster. 2 things. Now, one is the speed in which they get the DVDs to you is nowhere near comparable to what Netflix does. If I'm not mistaken, when I return a DVD to the store, and I live in a big area, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. When I return a DVD to the store, it takes them about 3 days to get me the DVD to replace that one I returned to the store. Now, I could sit back and mail a DVD back to Netflix, and within 2 business days, I'll have the other disc. So to me, that's crazy that I can go and return a DVD to Blockbuster, and then by the time they get it to me, I would have already been able to mail a DVD back to Netflix and receive a DVD back in the mail before I'll get a replacement from Blockbuster, which is ridiculous. So that right there has always made me think about canceling Blockbuster. And I said there were 2 things. Here's another thing. With Netflix, with me, I can just walk down and just put after I watch it, just put the Netflix in the mailbox. With Blockbuster, since I have to go to the store, this might seem ridiculous, but going to the store is less convenient than just going to my mailbox and putting the DVD back in there. So Netflix for me is more convenient. And the third thing, and I said there were 2, now there's 4. So the third thing is the price. Now, at some point, Netflix price must have come down because it was cheaper for me to do Blockbuster. So maybe the Blockbuster price went up. I don't know. But right now, both plans are $14.99 for, if you want to do 2 discs out at a time and have Blu-ray discs. Well, with Netflix, they don't charge tax, and Blockbuster does. So right now, it's cheaper for me to do this with Netflix, more convenient, and I'll get the disc faster. And then the 4th thing here is the customer service. Now, I've never had any problem with Netflix, not even once. With Blockbuster, I've had problems with discs, them saying that I have a disc and I don't have it. And actually, I might have had that problem. Actually, I did. I think I did have that problem once with Netflix, and I was able to contact the customer service, and they cleared it up. I think I actually had that happened twice, if I'm not mistaken. And I've never had that actually happen with Blockbuster. But with Blockbuster, one problem that I'm having right now is that one of the discs that I returned to the store, and I went to the store and confirmed it, on my queue on Blockbuster, it says that I still have the disc out, so which means even though I'm paying for 2 discs out at a time, they're only going to send me 1 disc. So I've tried 4 times to email Blockbuster, and it will not submit the email. I hit the submit button. A pop-up window says your question has not been submitted. You can probably answer your question with these help topics, which you can't. And then when you get past that screen, then it just will sit there and say submitting from forever. I've tried it on 2 different computers, 3 different browsers, and it does the same thing in all situations. So obviously there's a problem with Blockbuster's system, and their customer service I'd heard is pretty bad. And actually, with the stores, I've always had trouble with the stores. You return a DVD and the store says it doesn't have it, to the point where when I return a DVD to Blockbuster now, I damn near take a picture of me or a video of me returning the disc, and I make sure that the disc is in there when I do it, so that I have proof. Because Blockbuster, for some reason, they're not very good at logging returns. But in this case, I went to the store, and the store has confirmed over the phone and in person that they did receive the DVD back. So I've, of course, since I was confronted with the store and I can't send them an email because it doesn't work, when I try to call them, every time it said, I've called them at various times, it says there's going to be a long wait. So the first time I did that, I decided to go ahead and try to send an email, and it didn't work. And then I tried to call them, but it was after hours. So, I'm really, I'm flat out not satisfied with the customer service. Whether it's my fault or not, their customer service has inconvenienced me, because I have to call them, and, their hours suck. And then, regardless of what time of the day you call, they tell you it's going to be an extended wait, which means usually if you didn't know anything about customer service, a lot of times, even if companies aren't busy, they will either, they won't have that many employees. They minimize the number of employees so that you have to wait, to make it inconvenient for you, so that you go online rather than call them. Or even if they're not busy, they'll have you wait, because it's cheaper for the company to have you go online, so they try to train their customers to go online. Now, I can't say that that's what Blockbuster does, but if you're telling me that every single time I call you, there's an unusually long wait, no matter when I call you, it tends to make me believe that you fall into one of those companies that is trying to train your customers to go online, but then your online system sucks. So with this, it looks like I've talked myself into this. I'm definitely going to be canceling my Blockbuster plan. And here's another thing about Blockbuster. If you cancel, and I haven't looked at this lately, but if you cancel, last time I looked, if you cancel your plan in the middle of the month, they do not issue a refund. So they probably steal a lot of money from people that way, because if you cancel midterm, they keep money without providing a service. And B, if you try to wait and then cancel it right before it comes up for renewal, a lot of times with these companies, you have to cancel 4 days before the renewal date. Otherwise, they can charge you and say that you didn't notify us in enough time, or people just forget and it renews. They also have their, you can put your service on hold, but then it automatically starts and renews again, and you may have forgotten. So, I really don't like Blockbuster's business practices at all. Netflix was bad enough with their rate increase. Other than that, I haven't had any problems. So I'll probably just go ahead and cancel Netflix midterm, say fuck you guys, eat the loss, and then maybe I'll wait until October the 6th, when my Netflix or my Blockbuster plan was due to renew, and then I'll add Netflix instead, because that way I won't actually lose out on any money, because I'm not a big DVD watcher or Blu-ray watcher anyway. All right, later.